we hop into this review, I want to do a quick pause and tell you guys what brand LED lights I've been using. Untitled, man. If you've been looking to change out your headlights, your fog lights, license plate lights, reverse lights, courtesy lights, dome lights, man, if you just need some extra halogens or you want some LEDs, head to Untilted's website. Use my coupon code to get yourself 15% off on your next order, man. Y'all know I've been using it on the Maxima. The Ram got it for headlights. The Jeep got it for headlights and fog lights, and they've been doing well. Really well. Look at this. Ooh, nice and bright. That girl look pretty too. Go on, hop up on their website, man. What's going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the Fourth Dimension. This is Ken Jackson here. Before we get started, as usual, man, people still getting sick. People still catching COVID. We still got all this other stuff going on in the world. Hey, man, check on your family, check on your friends. Make sure everybody doing all right. If you're having trouble, you ain't got nobody to check on you or you ain't got nobody to talk to, hit me up in the comments. I'll respond to you. I read what you're saying. We can talk. Whatever you need, man. We got to be here for each other at times like this. Keep your head up and keep pushing. Today, we got this 2006 Ford F150 XL with the V8. Not the big V8, but just right there in the middle. Hey, man, I hope you guys are doing well, though. We're going to hop right into this review. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back to the Fourth Dimension. Hey, man, we got these planes flying by. We have another one off into the distance. I'm going to try to talk over them. We got cars flying by. Excuse the noise in the background. But let's focus on the truck right now, man. We had this 2006 F150. We have paint job still in good condition. Bed liner still in good condition, or decent condition if you want to say that. Rims and everything. Only problem I see when I look at the outside is the brake rotors. Look at all that rust, man. So this review isn't for pointing out the nicks and nannies and all this other stuff and so forth and so on. Somebody may be looking for a used truck. They don't know what they need. They don't know what to get. They want something reliable. They might work in construction. They might be doing anything. Security officers for the mall, whatever. They just need a vehicle. The paint job on this thing still looks good. Everything still runs good. There's no lights on the dash. As a comparison, remember the Cadillac and the Dodge Avenger? I reviewed. Paint job on the Avenger was horrible. It was already peeling, and it had about the same amount of miles on it. And it had, a few electronics not working. Everything works on here. All the speakers, dash lights, so forth and so on. Let's talk about the specs. So we have 275 in the front and rear. We have around 17-inch alloy rims. We have a 78-inch bed. Like I said, it's still in good condition. The tail lights and everything. This truck has been taken care of. This truck has really been taken care of. The footsteps still pretty good. Like I said, all four of the rims still look good. The only problem is the brake rotors are so rusted. They're so rusted. So in the front, we have 4.6 liter V8, 231 horsepower, 293 pound-feet of torque. So this thing is a 2006 and it is a truck. It's not that fast, especially not compared to today's standards. So you're looking at 0 to 60 in about 7 to 8 seconds. You have a payload capacity of about 2,000. I'm gonna give you a little walk around real quick. Truck is about 220 overall in length. We can tow almost 3,000, not quite, around 2,500. Still a good looking truck. Let me open up the bed real quick. Well, let me close the bed. There is some aftermarket parts on here. We're gonna get into that in a minute. Let's open up the hood. Even that still looks decent. I'm not saying everything's in perfect condition. I'm not trying to sell anybody this truck, but it's good to know what to expect. One thing I don't like about this, opening up the hood bumper, the front bumper cover. The latch is down here. And it's usually, well, that's pretty good. But the only problem I have is this whole piece coming up with it, which it doesn't really get in the way much. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. So under the hood, everything looks pretty old, obviously, but you still have good working room. Easy to get to headlights, spark plugs, easy to get to on both sides. Big ass. This thing is huge, man. That alternator looks new. It looks pretty new. Oh, that is definitely new. Everything's easy to get to. Look at that. Look at that right there. Transmission dipstick. Man, they need to leave that right there. All the other, if anybody, Ford, whoever watching this, hey, keep your transmission dipsticks noticeable, man. Nobody wants to go to a mechanic and have them check out the fluids and all that stuff, man. I want to look at the stick and say, oh, it's time to change it, it's time to fill it up. Man, you got to go to the mechanic, have them flush it and do all this. Not flush it, drain. Never get your transmission flushed. Never. There's only certain occasions where you need to get the transmission fluid flushed, but usually it's just a drain and refill. But nowadays, or even around this time, around 2006 and other stuff, there's certain vehicles where you cannot find a dipstick for the transmission, and sometimes you can't find a dipstick for the oil. I think that's horrible. Other than that, this is great working room. Only thing brand new I see is obviously the things that usually go bad. Around 100-some thousand miles with the alternator, the radiator, obviously the battery. This does have some aftermarket parts on it. We're gonna hop into the back seat. Look at that shake, man. So obviously with the years comes the age. So we have some wear and tear. Straight on the seat. I don't know how you get through the seat cover and the seat, but it's whatever. And this is the king cab, so technically there's no second door. Except this back here. It better not be child locked. Onto the interior. So, back door. This is the only problem I see with this truck. Back door not opening. You do have nice speaker back here. Nice storage cubby. Everything in here is straight plastic. Straight plastic, man. Another speaker, more storage on the left side. Leg room. You know, I'm sitting in the driver's seat, obviously, so the seat is leaned back and pushed back. So we have a cigarette lighter port, 12 volt down here with 2 cup holders. You can lift up these seats for more storage. I got my bag back here. And that's pretty much it for back here. Windows don't roll down. Back windows don't roll down. Can fold this down and get more cargo volume, or fold the seats down, lift the seats up, fold them down, whatever you want to do. It's not much to it. Like I said, it's the king cab, so let's hop into the front. Back into the front seat, and it is getting pretty hot out here. Oh, you can sit 6 in the back. Not 6 in the back. Whoa, depending on the size of the people, first of all. We can fit 3 in the back, 3 in the front. Once we let the seat up, there you go. As you can see, like I've stated, there is some aftermarket parts up in here. Touch screen has been added and the backup camera. We have a radio. We also have a little walkie-talkie thingy. Yeah, we're gonna play with that in a little bit. Let's talk about the cup holders and the storage space. Let's talk about how the door sounds to be this old. Honestly, when I closed that door over there, it shook a little bit. This one's doing the same thing. It has a decent sound and click to it, but You can feel the truck shaking just a little bit, like a little bit more. Let me do it. That wasn't even closed all the way, but basically what I'm saying is when I close the door, when I close that passenger door, and when I close this one, I'm looking on the outside. You can see both of these doors moving. Like, it's not solid enough, but it's pretty decent. Everything's still in good shape. Nice startup. Like I said, this is the barest of bare bones you can get in here. There's a mirror put on here. There's one installed for the passenger. This mirror is being. It's time to change out this one, as you can see. Got nice storage up here. Not much you can put up there. Glove box isn't that deep. Got 12 volt right here. You have another one right here. And like I said, this car has been edited a little bit. So on the Android tablet, I'm not going to tell you about this because it doesn't come with the truck. You do have 3 options for engine size. You got the V6, you got the V8, you got the big V8. Obviously the big V8 is what people want for better towing and so forth and so on. You do not have electric. You have manual. Same thing for the steering wheel, straight manual. You do have cruise control though. Your wiper stock, your hazard lights, and you have a 4-speed automatic with overdrive. It does have a manual option for each trim that you get, which whatever engine size you get, there is a manual option. And that's about it. There's nothing, like I said, this thing is about to be at 200 in the next few months, maybe. Who knows? I can't tell you what brand tablet this is, but if you can look at it and tell. Let me see. It is an Android tablet, obviously. There it is. It's running on Android 10, which is good. So it's pretty up to date. Quad core T3 P1. It's pretty quick. I've used it. It does have. You can connect to the internet. That's why YouTube and Spotify and stuff is there. So forth and so on. You got Bluetooth, Google Maps, all the other stuff. AC in here still blows pretty good. On to the radio. Let me turn this down. So, I got the volume on low. I hope you guys can still hear it. But I'm going to play with some of the stuff in here because I'm pretty sure some people would like to hear it. Got your horn switch. Got your siren. Another horn. That was for talking and receiving, I believe. Cup holders right here. Feel a little flimsy. But at least they still work. We got aux. So if you want to set something else in here, you can also plug in the mic. You want the model number, CJB 200W, I think that's a model number. Don't quote me on it. Don't do none of that. But you got aux, you got whale, high low, whale 1, traffic, and tool. I don't want to do that for too long because I don't know who's listening and I don't know what's gonna happen or who's gonna pull up. So, and I'm black. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're gonna get into this drive. Show you guys how everything's still running good and the truck is still pushing as hard as it can. It's not even struggling. It's not struggling to shift gears or anything. Let's hop into this drive now. So I already got my route planned, my route, whatever you want to call it. Camera equipment's getting hot and I'm getting hot. So for the people, I'm sure there's somebody out there that wants me to turn this on max volume and I kind of want to do it. So I'm gonna do it real quick. Anyway, regular horn still works. Car still revs fine. get into this drive, man. I guess I could scoot up, lower this a little bit. Sometimes when you put it in the gear, you can't see it because the steering wheel is so thick. Look at that, the parking brake still works. I'm making a comparison between the other older cars that I reviewed and this one. For the other vehicles that I reviewed, that's over 200,000 something miles. As an update for the guys that may be looking at those vehicles as well, the Cadillac is gone. The Cadillac DTS is gone, but the Avenger is still there running just fine. You cannot merge with this thing, but it's still trying. Remember, 0 to 60 is high, almost at 10. If you get the V6, 0 to 60 is exactly 10 seconds. Down here we can push it. I wouldn't go do that. He damn near drifted around the corner. But it does take some time to get up to speed, but it's still kicking. Transmission, you got 4-speed automatic, still shifting just fine. AC, like I said, is still blowing pretty cold. If you do hear the wind from the AC, like I've stated, I'm trying to cool off, and I'm trying to cool the camera equipment and all that crap off. If it's a little crooked, I apologize. Both of these have a dead end, so it doesn't really matter which way I go, huh? Steering is still straight. Power steering still works fine. Still works fine. Windshield wipers do need to be changed, but they still move. Oh, there's no dead end down here? Oh, I thought otherwise. I will make a U-turn though. You gotta check the turning radius. You gotta do that. Yeah. She still got it. Still. Oh. Did you see that calculation on that U-turn? One thing I don't see, we got overdrive. Let me turn that on. I'm looking for the traction control button. You know what time it is when I find that traction control button. Slow down, guy. No traction control button, unless it was up here and this is blocking it. I don't see it anywhere. Nowhere. Interesting. I really don't see it. Oh well. Did a little something. I'm pretty sure I can put it in first and it'll do a lot better. This is a bad spot. You gotta creep all the way out here just to see. It's bad. There's a lot of bad spots down here actually for when you're trying to merge or turn onto a street or something. There's always some bush or some logo or some statue or something to a neighborhood or something that's blocking the way. We are in first and we are in overdrive. We'll stop right here. I hope. Hopefully nobody come drifting around the corner. I'm gonna do this real quick. As you can see, you still got some get up to it. Still. That's good. Alright, this is a short test drive today. Very, very short. We're gonna stop. As for cabin noise, it doesn't. Obviously, I can hear the engine. Put it back in drive. Yeah, cabin noise, I can hear all of that. I can hear the wind, I can hear the bumps, I can hear, there's something else I can hear, I can't point it out, but I can hear it. It's not the vehicle itself, it's the outside. I can hear the tires and all of that. I should have turned right there. This thing still drives like a 2006 car, like a 2006 truck. It still drives like that. It's wobbly, a lot of road noise, takes a minute to get up. And it's not the higher trim, so it's not like, you know, it's a truck. Like I said, you're not gonna get this truck expecting to be like this Ram right here, just all pretty and all that other stuff. Only reason for you to go back in time and get one of these is because you need it for the job site. That'll literally be one of the only reasons. Job site, or if your security company is just looking for a security vehicle, especially one that's already equipped with sirens and all this other stuff. Now, we are going to hop into this point of view drive. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. There's nothing much more to say about this truck. It's really not. The drive is just fine. It drives like I would expect it to. You don't have a key fob. And I'm pretty sure the traction control is probably somewhere up here, but I don't see it anywhere. Which I would expect it to be right here. But it's not. Like I said, there's aftermarket modifications. And you don't really need too much of this, really. But it is good to have. And this specific tablet does have a backup camera that looks decent. Now, when the sun is glaring down, yeah, it's harder to see, and also the camera probably needs to be wiped off. But the tablet screen is very responsive. And I like that it is here. It works good. Everything in here works good. The horn still works, so forth and so on. I can't for the life of me. Like I said, the traction control button gotta be up here somewhere. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.